Bonjour mes amis, hi guys, I have an interesting spread of fine watches for you today, the purpose of which is to put my recently purchased Rolex Milgauss Z Blue in perspective and perhaps in competition against two blue dial sports models and two comparable Rolex steel sports models. This is interesting for me as at some point I will need to pare down the collection to keep my sanity, and for you as you might be keen to acquire some of these pieces. Now, there is no right or wrong here. All these watches are excellent and could be your next or even your only watch. I will preface by admitting that the Milgauss retails for quite a bit more than the others, and in this lineup I believe you can easily see why. There is something deluxe about the model that makes it stand out. Taken in isolation, all luxury watches are worth collecting, but when you look at paring down the quantity, this is the sort of lineup that lets one's heart speak. So while touching on consideration of value retention or technical features, we will try to let emotions pick the winners. Rolex doesn't offer that many colored dials in its classic sports line, and the most striking element on display here is that Milgauss Sunray blue dial filtered through an original flat green sapphire crystal. Add a dash of orange and this watch looks like nothing else. I always admired the Aqua and Aikon's blue dials, but suddenly they look rather common. Likewise, I was praising the exciting numerals heavy dial of the Air King recently, but the Z Blue, which shares the same case construction, just explodes in comparison. The elegance of the Explorer will never be surpassed, and it is the slimmer and best wearing watch on the table. I feel like it is a great complement to the Mili in this lineup. We've already debated between the Air King and the Explorer. Each has its merits, and this goes for the competition today. The Aqua packs the most features but lacks a clasp adjustment system, a must in hot environments. And the lume could have been so much better, and Rolex stands out when it comes to either features. You know, I have a soft spot for the Aikon, which fits my wrist perfectly, but it is a bit too derivative of some famous Swiss integrated bracelet legends, so you might feel a little self-conscious wearing it. The price point though can't be beat, but remember that the feel of winding a Celita caliber, as accurate as it has proven to be, is still one of the most unpleasant interactions I've had with any watch, only second to how imprecise each position of the pulled crown can be. I've even found myself turning the date wheel near the danger zone inadvertently, thinking I was winding the watch. No such issue with Omega and Rolex, which both boast excellent calibers, but despite the nice decoration machined into the plates and rotor of the Omega, despite the much talked about coaxial escapement, it does beat slower than the 4 Hz Rolex standard, and that of the Celita for that matter, and is still not as accurate as Rolex's superlative chronometer standard, which is invariably within 2 seconds a day. Speaking of which, I've just realized that keeping your watch at this angle at night will make it run a tad slower, which is good for the Omega, which tends to gain 3 to 4 seconds a day. Also, the hands of the Aqua are too geometric for my taste. I prefer the classic Explorer hands or the elongated ones of the other watches. The presence of a date, hour hand-only adjustment function like a GMT watch, long power reserve and superior water resistance does confer the Aqua many kudos when it comes to electing the perfect one watch though. It is also pretty much amagnetic, and while I used to laugh at the Milgauss's literal 1000 Gauss only magnetic resistance, it turns out that modern version with the parachrome hairspring actually vastly surpassed this nominal number. Hodinkee put it to the test against the Aqua and a big magnet, and it wasn't affected any more than the Omega was. In the end, you could wear any of these watches all day long, anywhere you go, they're all excellent. Choosing one is a personal choice. I am obviously smitten at the moment by the Milgauss, and I think that it will be a sought after item should it get discontinued in this colorful version. Let me know what you think in the comments. If I had to pare down the collection, gun to my head, held by the wife with divorce papers in hand, I'd have to go for the Explorer and the Milli. But give it a month and my answer might be totally different. Bye bye guys.